Who fights fires in Oregon? What roles do different agencies play in the fire protection arena? After this presentation, you should have a general understanding of Oregon's fire protection infrastructure, who the main players are, and what roles they play. There are a number of agencies involved in wildland and structural fire protection, and each agency has a distinct role. We'll talk briefly about each one. The U.S. Forest Service is one of Oregon's main landowners and provides its own wildland fire suppression. It does not suppress structural fires. The Bureau of Land Management is another major federal landowner. West of the Cascades, the BLM contracts with the Oregon Department of Forestry for wildland fire suppression. On the east side, BLM provides its own fire protection. Like the Forest Service, BLM does not fight structural fires. The Oregon Department of Forestry is the state's largest fire department. It provides wildland fire protection on 16 million acres, including private industrial and non-industrial forest lands, state lands, and BLM lands in western Oregon. ODF, like the others, does not provide structural fire protection. Rural fire protection districts are located throughout the state. In some cases, fire districts encompass both urban and rural areas. These districts provide both wildland and structural fire protection. Urban fire departments provide structural fire protection and may assist with wildland fire suppression. As already discussed, ODF doesn't provide structural protection. ODF firefighters have neither the training nor equipment for structural fires. However, ODF does have an interest in preventing structure fires and may pour water on a burning structure from outside. ODF and rural fire protection districts will work cooperatively under mutual aid agreements to fight fires in rural areas. Some rural homes and properties are located outside rural fire protection districts. These homes are not guaranteed to have fire protection if they catch on fire. As a result, out-of-district owners may want to consider extra fire protection measures. Speaking of the WUI, there are actually several different types of wildland-urban interface situations we typically encounter. Let's look at them briefly. On the upper left is classic interface. This is when there is a distinct boundary between urban areas and wildland areas. You can easily identify this boundary on an aerial photograph. Intermix is the boundary between urban and wildlands that is not clearly defined. Home sites are separated by an expanse of wildlands. Occluded. This is when urban areas surround wildlands, like parks or open space. Rural. Remote ranches and farms separated by some distance from neighbors. Each of these situations presents different challenges and advantages to fire services. For more information, we recommend that you take a look at the supplementary presentation on WUI interface types by Ed Smith. While we may know where property lines fall, Mother Nature does not. Wildfire, flood, and insect or noxious weed infestations move freely and quickly without regard to property boundaries. For these reasons, it's a good idea to get to know your neighbors and familiarize yourself with the topography, fuels, and management activities on adjacent lands. In many parts of the state, private lands lie adjacent to public lands, often those managed by the U.S. Forest Service or the Bureau of Land Management. These situations can pose challenges for home fire protection when the public lands are overgrown or have heavy fuel loads. What fire district are you located in? This is a map of fire districts in Jackson County, Oregon. Refer to the map gallery on the Canvas site for maps of your local area.